bring to Northern Bahamas? You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. This coming Thursday, our neighbors to the north will celebrate Thanksgiving Day. And here in the Bahamas, we have adopted that observance as well. And so this week, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, we will bring you a series of stories around the Thanksgiving theme. In the first of a 5-part series, we bring you the story of a young man who spent months in a coma. He is still on the road to recovery, but he is forever thankful to be alive. Shishina Roll reports.
18-year-old Gareth Kirkby went back to the place that changed his life. On March 11th of this year, the teenager was involved in a horrific car accident, and while thankfully it didn't claim his life, it did wipe out his memory of the accident and even weeks leading up to that dreadful day.
I do know it was a Friday. I was working that night at Pelican Bay. I was the parking assistant. I let people in. And then I went out afterwards, and then on the way home I crashed.
His mother Sarah says it is a day she will never forget and a visit no mother ever wants to have.
The police came to the door and they were very calm, and it was because someone knew Gareth and they identified him, and they came and got me first thing in the morning. It was like 6 in the morning.
The extent of his injuries was determined at the Rand Memorial Hospital, but he was later flown into Ryder Trauma Hospital in the United States. While Gareth says he did not suffer much pain, he was in a comatose state for 3 weeks.
I fractured 3 vertebrae in my neck, 3 in my spine, and I separated both pelvis rings, so I couldn't walk for 3-4 months.
The young man was scheduled to have 5 surgeries, but amazingly, he believes he was blessed when it was determined that he no longer needed all 5.
They had me going in the room, all set up to do surgery, under anesthesia, and someone came in with a gunshot wound, and they had to pull me out. And then the last time they took me in, they said they did x-rays and said he's fine, he's been healing.
But he did have much to do. 3 types of therapy, including occupational therapy to assist with his movement, and physical therapy. After looking at the damage left to the vehicle her son was driving, Sarah says she has so many people to thank for him being alive today. Meanwhile, Gareth says he believes that his life was spared for a reason, and he is forever grateful.
God saved me, evidently. There's evidently something I need to do. Most of my friends have already told me that I've changed the way they act around alcohol and how they drive and all that stuff now. And it's crazy. It's just it's good, but I think that's not good because it happened to me. But I'm happy it happened to me and not someone else.
Shishina Roll, ZNS Network News.
And now we'd like to know, what are you thankful for? That is the question this week for our What's Trending segment. Just go to our ZNS Bahamas Northern Service Facebook page or on Instagram at ZNS North 242. And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Welcome to Ask the Doctor. Daryl from New Providence asks, I read recently that annual checkups are not helpful if you are healthy. Is this true? Daryl, thanks for an interesting question. There are healthcare theorists and planners who argue that there is not much evidence that an annual exam provides good enough health outcomes to justify the cost. But there are still many good reasons to visit your doctor for an annual checkup. Annual physical exams are a vital part of illness prevention and intervention if necessary. While many persons make sure that their children have routine doctor visits, as adults, too many of us neglect this important key to maintaining good physical health. Doctors can use an annual exam to keep abreast of signs and symptoms that could lead to a serious illness. During an exam, your doctor will ask you about your family history and note your vital signs, including your blood pressure, heart rate, respiration rate, and temperature. They can also note changes in your heart, lungs, eyes, skin, and extremities. As we mature and age, the annual exam can also become a useful screening opportunity for certain cancers, as well as serious conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Avoiding an annual checkup can increase your risk of developing more serious medical conditions in the future. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away. A check on sports is up next with Ricardo Lightbourne.